either Silverton or Creede or Lake City. I don't really know for sure. I've got like 6 days worth of food, really heavy. I've got, I don't know if you can see, no, we can't see. I've got 2 bags of Fritos that are rubber banded to the back of my pack because that's the only place I could put them. My bag is so full and heavy, but time to head back up to the trail. I got off from an alternate and I'm jumping over the Wolf Creek Pass. See how that goes. If I'm feeling well enough, then I'll keep going up. If I'm still not adjusting to the altitude, then I'll go back down and go back out to the alternate and head to Creede because gotta be safe. So I headed back up to the trailhead in high hopes that I could hike through the San Juans to Silverton. Okay, so I took that alternate down to town because, you know, my head was hurting, hadn't fully acclimated, but was hoping, like, okay, at least I've been exposed, go down, recover, come back up, be fine, right? Apparently not. So went down, went to town. I'm now at Wolf Creek Pass and I'm already getting a headache. Like, I haven't even left the road to start going up the mountain yet and I've already got a headache and like it's too late to even hope to get anywhere that I could go lower elevation. I think I'm gonna have to give up on the San Juans for now. And I feel dumb because I just got like 6 days worth of food and if I take the other route, it's gonna take like 2 days to get to Creede. And I set myself a box there. Yep, okay, time to take my snow gear back off and go back to the highway. Ready for a nice geeky geology moment? Okay, real quick, this rock, it's a tuff. It's made up of compressed ash and rocks. It was spat out of a volcano. And see how little holes, like those used to be like the gas holes. And since then they have flattened out and they are called fiamme. So this just big, beautiful structure. I've been walking along. Rio Grande National Forest. It is warm out. It's like 83 degrees, which seems so weird after so many days of freezing temperatures, you know, snowstorms. I am carrying like a little thermometer so I know approximately, but yeah, freezing temperatures, snowstorms to 80s. All right, so I was walking along the highway and I was looking over the river and saw a nice, beautiful Forest Service road paralleling the road and river. So I looked at my maps and like, yeah, it goes through, like I just passed the bridge, it goes down and then eventually comes back to the highway. That sounds way more pleasant and safer. So I backtracked to the bridge. It's only like 0.1, it wasn't that far. And went over the bridge and then saw the sign that said no outlet. I was like, well, the map shows it goes through, so I'm just going to guess that it means like no outlet for cars. But even if the road ends for cars, I can still just walk across the desert until I get back to, you know, the next section of road. I don't know why I don't just listen to signs. It dead ended at private property and like it went all the way to the mountain and the fence, like a fence, went all the way to the river. It was like, can I cross the river? Like, nope, way too deep and dangerous of a river to cross. So now I'm backtracking the mile back to that bridge to get back to the highway. Okay, forewarning, incoming gross alert. So another ailment that I've been dealing with that I actually have to deal with every time I go back out to a dry environment like out west, I suddenly get painful, bloody boogers. I know it sounds gross, but it's actually very common and a lot of people don't necessarily talk about it. They just kind of suffer in silence because it sounds gross and they don't want to tell people. But something you can do to deal with that is just like take some chapstick or Vaseline, whatever. I don't know why my camera's starting to tilt. And just like rub it up inside your nose, help keep those membranes nice and moist, at least to help protect it from getting worse or more painful. So there's your hiker tip of the day. This section followed the Rio Grande. I think I feel a song coming on. Her name is Rio when she dances on the sand, just like that river twisting across the dusty land. That song was stuck in my head all day long. I found all the canyon walls to be quite impressive. And into there. Okay, if you're ever out hiking and for some reason you need a random pool table, it's that way. Okay, I'm almost to Creede. Only a few more miles. Beautiful view. And I know somewhere, one of these mountains, I'm going to be climbing tomorrow. Going up to my highest elevation yet, so kind of nervous. So, yep. Made it to Creede. Ballpark, bathroom, a skate park, community garden, and downtown. Can I just say this place is awesome? They've got showers and laundry that hikers can use for really cheap. It's like $5 for a shower, but somebody already prepaid for a whole bunch of hikers this year. They let me charge them all my electronics and leave my stuff in their back room while I was out resupplying and going to the post office and stuff. So yeah, highly recommend. Brought to you by the Disney Log Ride and the town of Creede. Comes to you the coolest ride on the Continental Divide Trail. Going into this canyon. It's an impressive canyon. I'm actually suddenly really excited that I'm going this way, even though this morning I was totally disappointed. It may look like just a pond, but in the winter it's actually an ice pond, like a skating rink. It's got the skate shack, all these cool old ice skates. So cool. And I mean, if the ice rink isn't cool to you, just remember I grew up going ice skating inside of casinos because that's what we have in Las Vegas. Okay, so I guess this area used to have a couple of mines that mined a massive amount of silver. Super cool. It felt like I had walked onto a movie set for an old Western movie.